friends, it's KFD, and I've got your Old School USDM Hunter find for the day. Look at this, 2nd gen Celica liftback. Now, this thing has been spotted by my illustrious counterpart Taylor in Little Tokyo, and here we are out and about in South LA, and all of a sudden, what do we see? This same Celica. Now, I can tell you one thing about this car. This car was originally designed by David Stollery, who was a former Mouseketeer. He went to the Pasadena Art Center of Design, and then later he got a job at Calty Research. Calty Research was the company owned by Toyota, the studio that designed this car back in El Segundo. What's really cool about this is I'm looking at this car now, and I can tell you right off the bat, judging by the seats, it's a 1980. You look at the VIN, it's an RA42, which tells me one thing. RA42, North American 20R car. This is indeed a 1980. My best guesstimate, there's probably about 50 or so RA40s left running around in Southern California, from Santa Barbara down to Chula Vista. I've had my hands on about 35 of them, and it's pretty neat to see this thing. Even though we know it's here, it's always nice to see a car like this. And here's something else that's kind of cool. I just looked in here. This is a higher up GT. It does have a cloth interior, but one thing that's interesting about this car, it has an automatic. Somebody ponied up $200 extra in 1980 to pay for the A340D 3-speed with an overdrive. Pretty cool to see it here. Pretty neat to see this thing still running around. And unfortunately, with California's stringent smog laws, it's not very easy to smog these cars, and that's why so many of these cars end up on the rust heap. Whereas anywhere else in the rest of the country, these cars rust out long before they die. Here, we see a lot of these beautiful rust-free cars get thrown away just because they can't be smogged, because their smog system, the parts from them are just so hard to find. So when I see one of these out here, I get excited to see that. It's great to see that someone is still keeping this little Toyota running.